Ja, wie kann mit dir handeln? Wie kann mit dir handeln? Bin ehrlich gesagt ein bisschen...
I can see you
Ja,
sneaking
ist ja
around over there.
gut. Güte, chill. Okay, Warrior. Du warst was anderes. Ah, du warst ein Guard, okay.
The mechs that went into Abessa pretty much killed that whole party.
Cultivator. Ich suche auch nicht. Ich suche eigentlich die Taverne. Bist du eine Taverne? Nein, du bist keine Taverne. Ach Gott. Netter Effekt, aber trotzdem ziemlich irritiert. Hey, Cultivator, bist du eine Taverne?
What news from the fields?
You hear Yora's still looking for volunteers to go up to the converter?
Good luck to him.
Hey, that's against the law.
Was, wie
That's
das?
it, I'm out of here.
Das ist, das stand free.
You shouldn't do that.
Okay, easy.
Here, an
watching
outlaw's been spotted up around the main gate.
You're the second person to tell me that. What have we here? Welcome to the Berserkers.
Okay, alles easy.
You want to make it all the way to the top? You must observe our sacred traditions. Most sacred of all, never have an empty glass. Tell me, what brings you here?
Is this your tavern?
It is indeed. Tavern, home from home, resting place for the hard-working man. We offer shelter to all loyal berserkers. You want something to drink?
Do you know a berserker named Alvir?
Oh yeah, I know Alvar. That asshole almost tore down half the tavern with his friend Argor a few days ago. Those two drink harder than anyone I've seen drink for a long time. I haven't seen Alvar since. If you find him, you tell him not to show his face in here again.
Do you know where Alvar could be?
No, and I don't want to. You could ask his drinking buddy Argor, down at the pit. He's about the only one talking to Alvar these days.
Tell me.
Was...
Have you heard anything about the Alps recently?
Well, it's said that they were very active a few days ago. One of them Albs, Calyx, they say, seemed to be very interested in the old observatory in the mountains up there to the west.
Calyx. Do you know where he is now?
He and his troops went north. Pity. He made it out just before the force sent after him got there. Must have had a fright. There've been no more Albs seen since then.
Do you know where in the north he is gone?
I don't really get any news from past the first border region up there in the highlands of Abessa. There's not many berserkers prepared to venture far into the Icelands. Hardly anyone who's seen the Ice Palace has returned alive.
Do you know anyone who made it all the way down to the Ice Palace?
Not that is still alive. There were a few warriors, but we lost them in the last attack.
Why do you use such old weapons?
What? You think you can't kill someone with a sword? You don't need Elex weapons to survive. You ask the Alps. Their technology against our magic, and they're the ones in the ground.
Maybe the berserkers just got lucky.
Ha! Are you one of those people that looks at a shiny gun and thinks it's progress? Elex rots whatever it touches. Look at the Alps. They might as well be mutants. They're unnatural.
Leather armor can't stop energy weapons.
Oh, of course it can. It's magic. Nature is magic. Real magic. Took the comet for people to realize that. So, that's what we do here. We work with nature. Nature gives us mana, and mana gives us magic.
Ivan, wie gesagt, das ist echt super. Ich finde es klasse. Die Natur wieder aufleben lassen und so weiter. Aber wie sie das halt ausdrücken, ist es super. Oh, natürlich kann Lederrüstung Schüsse abwehren. Das ist Magie. Das ist Magie, wenn es alle retten wird. Magie. Ja, okay, ich meine, in dem Fall haben sie sogar wirklich recht, aber es ist trotzdem ist jetzt einfach sehr witzig, ja. Yeah, who are the berserkers?
Idan is different to the other places I've been.
Well, there you have me beaten. I've never left Idan, but from what I've been told, the comet scorched the ground and what didn't die was poisoned by Elex. It's only here that the world is growing again. Generations of berserkers have worked hard to make this place. And now we have the World Hearts. The other lands should be welcoming us. They should be begging us to come and heal the world instead of attacking us.
Ja, gutes Argument.
Who are the Berserkers?
We're the only real free people there are. I know, we have our laws. But better that than a knife at your throat like the outlaws. Or an Elex edition like those elves. We're working together to make
Witzig, aber das
this
ist ja keiner
world
was für die
better.
Kleriker.
You work hard here, you're rewarded.
Die werden
No others
ausgelassen.
will be so fair to you.
Heißt quasi, dass sie nicht so schlimm sind wie die anderen. Gib mir a drink. Nein, ich brauche keinen Drink.
Yeah? Do you know if Ragnar sent out a search party yet?
Oh yeah, Ragnar's always popping in here to let me know his plans. Treats me like a brother, he does.
Gehen wir mal zur Pit, weil ich möchte jetzt einfach diese Quest abschließen, bevor ich irgendwie eine andere anfange und 10.000 Quests habe und die dann alle ablaufen. Weil ich kenne mich hier eh nicht aus. Also bisher habe ich noch keine negative Seite des Stehlens gefunden. Hört sich wirklich nicht gut an, aber das wisst ihr. Außer es ist vielleicht hier irgendwo mal dann vermerkt, dass man dann zum Beispiel Check about Tool, das hier ist Strength Strategy, das ist schon mal, aber das ist schon mal an. Das ist ein Tool. Ja gut, steht jetzt auch nicht dabei, dass es gestohlen wäre. Ich kann jetzt mal nachher versuchen, ein gestohlenes Item jemandem zu verkaufen. Das sieht nicht so aus, als wäre das bestraft.
Stop, you can stop there. Entry into the pit is only for authorized personnel.
I'm looking for a guard called Alvar.
Well, you won't find him here. So, be on your way.
Alvar is needed on duty. Elder sent me.
Has he skipped duty again? I'm afraid I haven't seen him for a few days. Last time I saw him, we had a real session. He had some really hard stuff with him. I woke up next day under the balcony of Ragnar's stronghold. I've no idea where Alvar went. All I know is we caused some real trouble. My wife's still not speaking to me.
Should I check the area around Ragnar's fortress then?
Sure, you can do that.
Das ist ihm so scheißegal. Aber ich muss gestehen, ich habe dieses Gespräch auch schon in der deutschen Version gehört. Die englische besitzt ein bisschen mehr Wortwitz, habe ich das Gefühl. Was irgendwie ungewohnt ist, weil eigentlich Piranha Bytes für die deutschen Übersetzungen eigentlich relativ... Was heißt Übersetzung? Die haben es ja auf Deutsch eigentlich gescriptet damals. Ha. Vor allem, ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, aber ich bin jetzt absolut nicht sicher, dass im Deutschen der Held in Anführungszeichen nicht mal einen Namen hatte. Weil hier heißt er ja Jax. Normalerweise war es immer der namenlose Held irgendwie, ne? Aber hier hat er den Namen, also in der englischen Version den Namen Jax. Gut, Ragnars Festung. Wo wird die wohl sein? Wahrscheinlich da oben. Guard?
So, and what is your crime?
Hey, Ragnar. Cool.
What?
I am Warlord Ragnar, patron of this berserker settlement, while Master Thorold is on pilgrimage. Anyone who commits a crime must answer to me. Emissaries from the other communities also have to speak to me first. So, are you an emissary? Why are you here? Speak.
I am an Alp defector.
I'm actually not from Edan.
Oh, hopefully you have good news from the other lands. Otherwise, this will be a very short guest performance for you here. So you had better think very carefully about your next answer. Again, what exactly do you want here?
I'm looking for work.
You can prove yourself by helping the people of Edan. There is more than enough work to go around. So if you want to be tolerated here, you must follow my rules. These rules are very simple. If you harm the Berserker community, you will pay. If you serve the community, you will receive fair compensation for it. I hope we understand one another, because if not, you will have to answer to me. Is that clear?
Ich muss gestehen, ich finde die englischen Stimmen sogar wirklich besser. Da ist ein bisschen mehr Emotion drin. Can you repeat that? Yeah.
You're the boss.
Yes, correct. The quicker you understand that, the better for you. Heed my advice, and you will find the Berserkers to be good hosts. Is there anything else?
Let's assume I help you out.
Yes?
What kind of special tasks would you have for me?
Special tasks? Why would you figure that I need someone who can do more than just the usual?
Because I see what's going on here.
Is it that obvious that we have some problems here in Goliath?
Yes, it's apparent.
I have to admit I underestimated you. At least you're observant. But it also takes guts to confront me. So you really want to help us out?
Yes.
There are many things to be done. Our people are dedicated, but we still have supply shortages. Food, medicine, machine parts, and other equipment. There are too few cultivators in the fields. Speak to the people here, and they can tell you where your skills are best used. Earn their trust, and you may earn mine. And if you're planning to join us, then I will have a very special task for you. A lot of people come to me, looking to join us, to climb the ranks. You look like you have ambition. If you earn my trust, you'll go far here.
Alles klar. Alles von den Middle Ages. Ist jetzt über das Special Job? Nein, ich möchte den, glaube ich, nicht beitreten. Eigentlich interessiert mich
About my
das.
support.
Eigentlich weg. Dann. Okay, fragen wir ihn halt doch.
Master Thorold. What kind of man is he?
Thorold is not here at the moment. The warlords are in charge of the day-to-day running, though all owe their
Kann
allegiance
ich
to
da
him,
jetzt raufgehen?
the Pilgrim. He has taken it upon himself to go into retreat, to seek the answers we need for Edan to survive. His knowledge of magic is superior to anyone's. If there is any person capable of solving the problems we face, it is the Pilgrim.
Okay. Wie sieht das aus? Dann gehe ich mal zu Ragnars Festung rauf, also da, ne? Okay, jetzt habe ich schon mal eine ungefähre Idee jetzt von den unteren Stock.
You should come with me. See something more than Goliath.
With all the wounded there are these days, we can hardly keep up.
That's more of a reason. If we keep doing the same things, this war won't end.
Nothing we can do will end this war.
Someone has to do something. Doing the same thing again and again, it's insane.
But what can be done that the warlords haven't done already?
We can take a risk. Isn't it more important that we win this war rather than how we win it? Come with me. I need someone to watch my back when I go look for some supplies. And I know I can trust you.
I can't leave. Stormson, Caldron is counting on me. And there are so many wounded.
You patch them up, I want to give people a chance to fight back. If I can pull this off, you will have fewer wounded to worry about.
Alright, du hast es gerade.
Why are people so blind?
Keine Ahnung.
How can they stare at the same thing as you and yet see something so differently?
You think everyone should think the
Gute
same
Frage.
way?
No, but if something is so obvious, why can't people see it? We're losing this war. Our enemies can see it, we can see it.
So, why won't anyone do anything about it?
It's not like there isn't a solution out there, a way we can win. But people stick to their old ways and new thinking be damned.
Ich hab nicht mal Charisma, ist okay.
If you say so.
There's no point saying unless you're prepared to do. If you stay here, incomer, you'll have to keep your views out there. I think Goliath's walls have narrowed the opinions of everyone who lives here.
Alright, ja, ciao. Healer, ja. Kann ich in diesem Garten einfach so... Kira, aha, ich will eigentlich die Quest weiterfinden. Okay,
Are you
Kira.
in need of medical supplies? It'll take time to
Will ich mir das
prepare them,
ein
I'm
oder
afraid.
sehen die alle
With all the
ziemlich
fighting,
ähnlich
we
aus?
haven't any stocks left.
Und die hat offensichtlich dasselbe Problem wie Syndra unten im Laden. Yep, ist anscheinend ein Problem, das sich bei den Berserkerfrauen ziemlich krass durchsetzt. Jiggly Breasts genannt wohl. Die hüpfenden Brüste. zusammen. Deswegen gucken sie wahrscheinlich auch so grimmig. Kann ich mir ziemlich unangenehm vorstellen.
Do you help everyone who asks?
It is a healer's duty, especially in these times of war. And it is needed bitterly, which is what I have heard from everyone we picked up. Terrible. I wish I could offer aid to all those in need. But it seems not even our magic helps us keep up with supplies.
Okay.
You must hear a lot about what's going on.
Ja.
I don't need to hear. I get to see the results. The magic the Albs are using is so destructive. Somehow they're managing to use pure Elex, and it makes me fear for our warriors.
It's more powerful than Berserker magic?
It's more destructive. With the damage it's causing, I can't believe it isn't tearing the Albs apart too. It must hurt them.
Hurt? Yes. But they're trained to reject emotions and feelings.
Yes. They say Elex makes machines of men, but I have heard there are Albs who have escaped their addiction. I wish I could meet one. Knowing what they feel might help me assist others to overcome their addiction.
What do you know about Elex withdrawal?
I met an Alb separatist. He was brought in as a prisoner. His external wounds weren't so bad, but internally, emotionally, he was trying to cope with all those withdrawal symptoms, and at the same time he was rediscovering his emotions. All that pain, all that confusion.
What happened to him? Where is he?
He died.
He died.
Natürlich.
It was all just too much.
Ja,
I wish I
natürlich.
could have learned more from him. If he could leave, so could others. Maybe that could offer hope to us all.
Can you heal my wounds?
Let me have a look. You don't seem to have any broken bones. Here, I think this will aid you.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
We are here to heal.
Oh, nice.
Besides, the more people who can patch themselves up, the less time we'll have to spend picking up the pieces.
See. Okay, was haben wir hier? Small Hidden Plant, jawohl. Wo kann die mir eigentlich nichts beibringen?
I hope they drown in their own shit.
Oh. Sehr elegant drüber geglitscht. Guard. Es rauchen immer, also ich bin jetzt erstmal natürlich erfreut, dass wir jetzt mal ein... Das Gesicht sieht immer noch ziemlich ähnlich aus. Aber die Haare sind mal anders. Die gucken alle echt immer so grimmig. Dafür hat sie anscheinend das Jiggly Breast Syndrom nicht.
Don't try anything.
Ja, ich... Okay. Ich muss gestehen... Excised schon. Oh, ich würde es so gern lesen. Oh.
What are you doing here?
Ja, ist ja gut. Muss ich für Ragnos Festung noch weiter auf. Blütenblatt, darf ich mitnehmen. Eins. Moins. Fried Meat. 7.
Hey, did you know there were some weapons brought back here to Goliad? Energy weapons taken from the
Hello,
clerics?
Bertram.
I'd be interested in getting a look at them, if you know how I could get a chance to do that.
And if I did know something about them?
That would be good, for both of us. Listen, what I need is some help. Let's be straight. You recently tracked down a pair of cleric weapons, didn't you?
Is that an accusation?
This is a small town with lots of big mouths. There aren't really that many secrets. So, have you given those weapons over to the pit? Or do you still have them? I know some people who would be happy to pay for them. The berserkers don't want them. The clerics do.
Are you some sort of traitor?
Me? No, I'm no traitor. I just know some interested parties who would like to get hold of those weapons. I'm sure they would be grateful for your help. You'd be making some useful friends.
So super schwierig.
You mean you're a cleric, or you know someone who is.
Ja, genau.
That sort of accusation can get someone killed, so don't go shouting that at me. I'm no use to you dead. Besides, you can do with a friend, and the shards they bring.
I can't give you the weapons. You think it's wrong to forbid technology?
Some say Elex fell from the sky as a curse. Others say it's a blessing. I think it's for each man to decide which. Will you give me those weapons? Of course, of course. I can offer you Elexit if you give them to me. That would only be fair. And should you wish to learn more about technology, I could point you to where answers can be found.
Ich verstehe, er ist einer der Clerics.
I'll sell the weapons to you.
Sell? No, think of this as a finder's fee. I'll make sure these get back to the right place.
Er ist einer der Clerics. Ich will nochmal mit dir reden.
Tell me more about the clerics.
You know about the comet that struck our planet? Well, back before the impact, Magellan had technology that could take you into space, or to the bottom of the ocean.
So?
So the clerics want to see that golden age return. We don't want to abandon all the things our people achieved. The clerics think that with Kalan's guidance, technology can sort out this mess of a planet. That it can mean safety and progress for all the free people.
You don't think technology should be forbidden?
Look at the people here. They want to change the world, but they're doing it one handful of soil at a time.
You're staying here although you don't like it. There's something wrong about you. Tell me the truth.
Okay, you seem to have figured it out. Well, it's safer here, behind these walls, than out there with the mutants. Particularly if you don't have an energy weapon. I was traveling in Edan with a comrade to scout for men and material. We found ourselves cornered by some mutants. I was the only one to survive the attack. I ran like there was no tomorrow, and left my weapon behind. I'm glad they found me and brought me to Goliath. Besides, there are things to learn here. The more people I can convince while I am here, the better it is for everyone.
So, is there
Er ist
anywhere
einer
to
der
trade here?
Clerics und ich habe eigentlich
That
Interesse, den Clerics zu
depends
joinen.
what you want to buy. Traders need to be authorized, and what they can sell is restricted. You'll need to look elsewhere if you want energy weapons, or anything more advanced than a hand-sharpened stick. And whatever you want to buy, you'll need to find the shards to pay. Say, you look like you could do with something to eat. Take this as a gift.
Okay, danke. Nein, aber das ist nämlich genau das die Problematik. Ideologisch finde ich mit dem Berserker, mit ihrer Naturanhänglichkeit und der Wiedergestaltung der Welt als natürlichen Garten Edan, sowas war auch, eigentlich ziemlich cool. Würde ich absolut unterstützen, aber ich habe mir für diesen Run-Through eigentlich echt gehofft, dass ich irgendwie einen Cleric mit Energy-Waffen machen könnte. Also wirklich mit Fernkampfwaffen und nicht mit Bogen und Schwert und sowas. Und deswegen würde ich eher den Clerics irgendwie folgen wollen. Hauptsächlich wegen der Ausrüstung, ein bisschen weniger wegen der Ideologie. Obwohl auch sie durchaus auch irgendwie so Argumente bringen, die vielleicht gar nicht so schlecht sind. Abgesehen vom religiösen Faktor, aber gut. Und die Outlaws fallen natürlich erstmal völlig raus, auch wenn ich hier gerade am Stehen bin. Das ist einfach nicht so mein Style.
Is there anything else you don't like about Berserkers?
Don't get me wrong, the people here can be fair, they help those around them, and there's the wonder that
das
is
sind ja auch
Berserker magic.
Clerics und
And
Berserker
if
sind
you
nicht
follow their
so,
laws, you will find acceptance here.
nicht so
All
gegeneinander.
of which is 1,000 times better than you can expect from the
Da, die sind alle
Outlaws.
bloß gegen die Outlaws.
The people of Tavar might as well be mutants, the way they turn on everyone and everything. What I don't understand is the hatred for clerics here. The wars of the past are long gone. The enmity should be buried.
Schau.
Certainly the clerics believe differently about technology, but that's no reason to hate them,
Ja, schau.
is it?
It sounds like you've learned a lot about the clerics.
What about you? Are you going to pledge allegiance to the Berserkers? Run off to the outlaw way of life? Or follow an interest in technology to the clerics?
Wenn sich die Berserker und die Clerics zusammentun würden und in wirklich moderaten Gemeinschaft hier aber agieren können.
I'd like to know more about the clerics.
Is that so? You want to learn of Kalan and the technology he offers those who follow him? Well, the journey to Ignadon wouldn't be easy, but you would be welcome there. I can guarantee that.
Willst du mir vielleicht auch erzählen, wo die ist? Sehr hilfreich. Na gut, wir reden uns später. Motivationsrolle ins Haus. What Goal als Heroes? Ich würde... Okay, das muss ich jetzt einfach testen. Weil es gibt solche Bücher, die sehen so aus, als müsste man sie wirklich einfach klauen. Weil... Mich interessiert schon, was da steht. Poems. Machines of the clearings, threats to trouble the skies, blood ran on the ground below. Rage filled every fibre of his being, his wrath burned hot in his veins. From this moment came a rebirth, a blessing that showed the way forward for Magalan. Magic flowed through him as Magalan gave him the strength to fight. With nature's strength supplementing his own, he tore his enemies asunder. Ah, gut, hab aber davon keine XP bekommen, wie ich erhofft hatte.
You really think I can't see you?
Ja, ich hab's eigentlich gedacht. Sit. Oh Gott, hi. Yep, servus, hi. Wer bist du? Worker, alles klar. Ich bin wieder zurückgegangen. Ich wollte eigentlich eher rauf zu Ragnars Haus da. Weil ich da eigentlich mal schauen wollte nach irgendwelchen Anzeichen von Picklock verbinden. Oh, die sind aber so teuer, ne? Mana. Warum liegt hier eigentlich überall Mana rum? Kann mich niemand sehen?
What are you doing now?
Und hab. Und hab.
What are you doing now?
Ah, gar nichts hin. Oh, sieht wirklich so aus, als das ich mal gesehen. Verrückt. Fancy. Ah, jetzt ist mir zu Ragnar rauf. Also ich hoffe, dass es da oben Ragnar ist. Hat mir zumindest gesagt, dass hier oben wäre. Unter dem Balkon. Da vielleicht? Sieht doch so aus wie so ein Eck, wo man landen könnte, wenn man absolut besoffen ist, oder? Gut, Nugget. Okay. Not feeling plant. Ratte. Tote Ratte. Toter Alvir. Rumbled note. Below the pit, this evening after dark, bring 200 Elex. Do not forget to test the camps beforehand. Aha. Overdose. Toilettenpapier. Wieder wichtig. Toll, Dinosaurier. Yep, ist wohl eine Überdosis gestorben. Welch rühmliches Ende für unseren großen Helden. Die Überdosis wurde im Verkauf von einem der Outlaws. Und ich... Was ist denn das schon wieder für ein Weg da drüben? Das schon wieder... Ach Gott. So viel zu erforschen. Was für ein 10.000 Stunden Let's Play. Ah, wir haben Alvir gefunden. Schon mal was. Du warst, grüß dich.
So, you decided to stick around.
Vorerst.
Well, I've been given a job by Warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you. If you want to stay around for longer.
Ja, sehr gern.
Tell me about the job.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliath a few months ago. A rather dedicated berserker named Ascor was killed. There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So, Ragnar wants me to follow up and find the murderer.
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up.
Yep.
Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say?
Tell me about the victim.
His name was Ascor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cultivator. Ragnar had high hopes for him, but Ascor wasn't popular. He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone, and it wasn't like he had many shards to up and disappear with. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Ascor's body rotten up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome him, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Ascor to point to who might be the murderer.
And you think I can find the killer?
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Idan. But if Ragnar's right, then it must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5 exactly, but Ragnar will have his reasons.
I'll find the murderer.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to find out what happened. Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. But if we can eliminate these 5 suspects, he might let this go. And who knows?
5 suspects.
Maybe one of them did do it, and you'll get the proof.
Alles gleich. Tooth through a tooth.
Will the suspects talk to me?
Tell them you're investigating on Ragnar's orders. They'll answer your questions. Let me know if you need help. Remember, my sword belongs to you.
Dann gib's mir.
Who are the suspects?
Das Schwert.
A group of people who were out there in the forest at the time of the murder. First on the list is Baron.
You good.
He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Abessa.
Okay.
I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen, a hunter.
Good.
He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. There's something troubling him. Last are Eardor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. There's something he's not happy about. Eardor is still wet behind the ears. Bit of a whiner, but seems to care about his job. They were all outside Goliath at the time of the murder.
Okay.
What do you want me to ask them?
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. What they thought of Ascor.
Oh, 3 Monate
I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Where can I find them?
They're all still out there. Track him down, then report back to me when you've discovered something.
Alles klar. Dann machen wir das halt mal.